Hello student, how are you? I am NK Jha from APS. I am well and I hope that you will same for me by the grace of God. Yesterday I had taught you interrogative sentence of simple present, and I hope you have no any problem after watching my video. Now I am going to start present continuous interrogative. Present continuous interrogative. So firstly, I want to tell you how you can estimate and how can you change interrogative one if the sentence is taken from present continuous. So everything is clear. By the help of example, I will try to expostulate how you will form present continuous interrogative. Example number 1. Firstly, I am writing simple sentence. I am writing a book. Very easy example I have taken, and you can tell it easily. This sentence is related from present continuous and we have to change into interrogative. How you can change it into interrogative? Very simple, because helping verb is given in the sentence. So whenever you will find helping verb in the sentence and you will have to change into interrogative one, then have to write helping verb first in the sentence, just like this. I am writing interrogative one of this example of this sentence. Am I writing a book? And at last sign of interrogation, that means sign of ears. कान का चिन्ह देना ना भूलें, because by the help of sign of interrogation I will understand this sentence is related from interrogative one. And this is the interrogative sentence of present continuous. And the structure you should follow: helping verb plus subject plus fourth form plus object. Always you will have to apply this form for interrogative whenever the sentence is related from present continuous. If you are not going to use this particular rules, then I can tell you easily you are totally wrong, because without this structure the interrogative sentence is not possible whenever the sentence is related with present continuous form. So a helping verb means is, are, am. I think you have no any problem where you can use these kinds of helping verb. After that you have to use subject. Subject after fourth form of the verb. Fourth form means verb plus ing. This is known as fourth form of the verb. And plus object, that means have to decide, other words that will be object or complement. Before this class I had already explained the object part and the complement part. It's okay. I think it's very clear, very simple sentence I have taken. And watching these videos, if any problem creates in front of you, you can ask me, you can send the message, you can comment the message, and I will try to expostulate that doubt. So without any hesitation, you will have to form interrogative one whenever these kinds of sentence, this type of sentence is given, and you will have to change into interrogative. Now, sentence number 3, present perfect. Present perfect. I am writing an example of present perfect, just like I have eaten a mango. फिर से एक बार बोल रहा हूँ कि मैंगो जो है सो ऑब्जेक्ट है. I have eaten a mango, and by the help of a structure you can calculate, you can estimate the sentence is taken from present perfect or not. I think, and according to me, this sentence is related from present perfect because this is subject and this is helping verb, and here this is third form of the verb, and this is other words, that means object. So whenever you have to change into interrogative one, then apply these kinds of structure for interrogative. Had, have plus, subject plus, third form plus object. That means other words. Always you have to follow. Other words will be in the form of object or complement. You have to decide yourself by observing the first videos. So has, have, where you have to use had, where you have to use have, it's very clear. After subject, have to use subject after third form of the verb. You will have to notice it, because in present perfect you can't change the verb form, and verb form after you will have to write object, that means other words. Understand? So through that structure I will have to change into interrogative this particular sentence, just like have I eaten a mango. At last put the sign of interrogation, that means कान का चिन्ह देना ना भूलें, otherwise sentence wrong हो जाएगा. So always you will have to apply these kinds of structure whenever the sentence is taken from present perfect, and you will have to change into interrogative one, and whenever you have to change into interrogative one, have to apply had and have plus subject plus third form plus object. Where you have to use had, where you have to use have, you will have to concentrate, you will have to decide according to the notes. You can understand very nicely by the where you have to use had and where you have to use had. Understand? Now had, have after subject, subject after third form after object, and object after sign of interrogation. This is the structure of present perfect interrogative. This is the structure of present perfect interrogative. Without this structure, you can't form present perfect interrogative. So it is must for you because this is basics, and with this structure you can form present perfect interrogative. Any doubt? Any question? If you have any problem, you can ask me again and again, because you know very well tense is the backbone of English, and without this structure and without this form you can't understand English, because English is a linking language and you will have to apply in many subjects. It's clear? Now, number 4, I will have to explain present perfect continuous tense. Number 4, present perfect continuous tense. How you can understand the sentence is taken from present perfect continuous? I mean to say, by the help of a structure you can estimate, you can understand, you can find out the sentence is related from present perfect continuous tense. So through example, I will try to understand. Example number 1, I have been teaching in this school since 2016. Listen to me. I have been teaching in this school since 2016. Yesterday, I have already taught you present perfect form, and I have also given notes where you have to use since and where you have to use for. So I mean to say, according to the nature of the sentence, we can use since in the sentence. If you are going to use for in place of since, it will be totally wrong. So according to the nature of the sentence, we have to use since in this sentence because it is point of time. It is point of time, and we have to change into interrogative. We have to change into interrogative. How you can change the interrogative one whenever the sentence is taken from present perfect continuous form? By the help of a structure, you can find out, you can search this sentence is taken from present perfect continuous or not. And according to me, this is the present perfect continuous because subject after have after been after fourth form of the verb, fourth form verb of the verb after other words, plus since after time. So it is fact this sentence is taken from present perfect continuous. Now come to the point. We have to change into interrogative because we are reading interrogative sentence. So whenever you have to change into interrogative, put helping verb first in the sentence if helping verb is given in the sentence. So we will have to apply this form. Okay, have put helping verb फर्स्ट, कान पकड़ करके हेल्पिंग वर्ब को आगे रख दीजिए और लास्ट में साइन ऑफ इंट्रोगेशन पुट कर दीजिए, इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस फॉर्म हो जाएगा. अंडरस्टैंड माय लॉजिक? नाउ I will have to form interrogative one. Have I been teaching in this school since 2016? It's certain we can't change 2016 into 2017 or 2015 because it is fixed and it is certain things. So the year is noticed here, so it is certain, and we have to use since in the sentence if the sentence is taken from present perfect continuous. और मैं एक चीज़ आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस में साइन ऑफ इंट्रोगेशन देना ना भूलें. इफ़ यू फॉरगेट टू पुट द साइन ऑफ इंट्रोगेशन then you are totally wrong, because interrogative means the sentence begins with helping verb and at last sign of interrogation we have to put. तो फिर इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस बनेगा, नहीं तो नहीं बनेगा. ये नंबर 4 था इंट्रोगेटिव का, और सारा मैंने हेल्पिंग वर्ब के द्वारा ही इंट्रोगेटिव बनाया है. नाउ WH के द्वारा इंट्रोगेटिव कब बनेगा ये बात भी आपको जानना है, और मैं शॉर्ट में इसको बता देता हूँ. दुनिया का कोई भी इंट्रोगेटिव सेंटेंस आप फॉर्म कर देंगे. नोट, वेयर एंड व्हेन you have to use WH. You have to use WH. Whenever the question word will come in the sentence, but that question word is given in the middle part of the sentence. The question word is given in the middle part of the sentence. Then we have to use WH. We have to use WH. Just like I am giving an example. I am writing example number 1. When do you get up in the morning? दुनिया का कोई भी सेंटेंस हो और हमें WH से फॉर्म करने हैं, तो आपको एक बात ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. The question word should be in the middle of the sentence 100%. कि क्वेश्चन वर्ड कहाँ होना चाहिए? मिडिल ऑफ द सेंटेंस, मतलब सेंटेंस के बीच में होना चाहिए. अब देखिए एक एग्जांपल हमने लिया है. इस एग्जांपल में क्वेश्चन वर्ड बीच में आ रहा है या नहीं. When do you get up in the morning? मतलब हिंदी क्या हुआ कि तुम सुबह में कब उठते हो. नोटिस माय वर्ड, मार्क माय वर्ड कि क्वेश्चन वर्ड व्हेन जो है वो कहाँ आ रहा है? मिडिल में आ रहा है, बीच में आ रहा है. तो जब कभी भी बीच में क्वेश्चन वर्ड आएगा तो उस सेंटेंस का इंट्रोगेटिव जब भी फॉर्म करेंगे तो हमको WH लिखना पड़ेगा. और अगर शुरू में क्वेश्चन वर्ड आएगा तो हम WH नहीं लिखते हैं, मतलब उस क्वेश्चन वर्ड का जो है सो इंग्लिश नहीं लिखते हैं. हेल्पिंग वर्ब से ही काम हो जाता है. So mark my point, very very marvelous. Whenever the question word is given middle in the sentence, you will have to apply WH. If question word is given starting in the sentence, beginning in the sentence, then you can't apply WH. Just like second example, are you going to a school? This is example number 1. This is example number 2. Are you going to a school? इसका हिंदी क्या हुआ कि क्या तुम स्कूल जा रहे हो? मार्क माय पॉइंट, क्या क्वेश्चन वर्ड है, लेकिन कहाँ आ रहा है? बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस, सेंटेंस के शुरू में आ रहा है। थ्रू एग्जाम्पल नंबर 1, क्वेश्चन वर्ड कहाँ आ रहा है? बीच में आ रहा है। व्हेन डू यू गेट अप इन द मॉर्निंग, मतलब तुम सुबह में कब उठते हो? कब कहाँ आ रहा है? मिडिल ऑफ द सेंटेंस, सेंटेंस के बीच में। लेकिन सेकंड एग्जांपल, आर यू गोइंग टू स्कूल, मतलब क्वेश्चन वर्ड कहाँ आ रहा है? इसका हिंदी क्या हुआ कि क्या तुम स्कूल जा रहे हो? तो क्या वर्ड जो है सो इंट्रोगेटिव है और वह कहाँ आ रहा है? स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस, मतलब बिगनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस में आ रहा है। तो दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज पार्ट्स। whenever you have to use WH, then you will have to understand, you will have to follow where the question word is given. If the question word is given in the middle of the sentence, then you will have to write WH word, WH family. If question word is coming in the beginning of the sentence, then you will have to apply helping verb in the sentence, and this is the difference between these two parts. And I think you have already understood, and you have no any problem. If you have any problem in interrogative, then you can ask me without any hesitation, and I will try to expostulate you again and again this problem. Now, interrogative sentence of present tense is finished. Now, some extra things I want to give you. About subject. Very very marvelous thing. This is marvelous topic. सब्जेक्ट क्या हो सकता है? सब्जेक्ट, दुनिया में जो भी सब्जेक्ट होगा, मार्क माय पॉइंट, या तो नॉन होगा या तो प्रोनाउन होगा, या तो नॉन होगा या तो प्रोनाउन होगा। नॉन या तो सब्जेक्ट के रोल में हो सकता है या तो ऑब्जेक्ट के रोल में हो सकता है। इसलिए नॉन पढ़ना हम लोगों को ज़रूरी है। इट इज़ इसेंशियल फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, इट इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स। और नॉन के कई सारे क्राइटेरिया हैं। हमने कहा कि नॉन का यूज या तो सब्जेक्ट के लिए होगा या तो ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए होगा। दूसरा कोई भी यूज नॉन का कहीं भी नहीं होगा सेंटेंस में। या तो सब्जेक्टिव पार्ट में होंगे या तो ऑब्जेक्टिव पार्ट में होंगे। सब्जेक्ट के रूप में आप इसका यूज कर सकते हो या तो ऑब्जेक्ट के रूप में यूज कर सकते हो। तो नॉन में आप देखें कि नॉन में कितने फॉर्म होते हैं, नॉन के फॉर्म कितने हैं। अब हम लोग तो जानते हैं कि noun is a naming word, noun is the name of the person, place or things, understand? बट noun के और सारे फॉर्म हैं, जैसे नंबर 1 जीरंड। ये जीरंड क्या होता है? जीरंड कैन प्ले द रोल ऑफ सब्जेक्ट, द रोल ऑफ नाउन। जीरंड जो है सो नाउन होता है, तो ये या तो सब्जेक्ट पार्ट में यूज होंगे या तो ऑब्जेक्ट पार्ट में यूज होंगे। नंबर 2 इन्फिनेटिव, दैट मीन्स 2 प्लस फर्स्ट फॉर्म। एग्जाम्पल फ्रॉम जीरंड, वॉकिंग इज a good exercise. Listen to me. Walking is here subject, and we can tell walking is in the gerund form. सब्जेक्ट के रोल में वॉकिंग है ना या नहीं है? है ना। 2 + V1 मतलब इन्फिनेटिव। हमने कहा था अभी नाउन जो है या तो सब्जेक्ट प्लेस में होगा या तो ऑब्जेक्ट प्लेस में होगा। एग्जाम्पल के माध्यम से समझते हैं। आई गो वॉक, ये सेंटेंस गलत है क्योंकि गो वर्ब है और वॉक भी वर्ब है। वी कांट यूज 2 वर्ब्स इन 1 सेंटेंस। एक सेंटेंस में 2 वर्ब हम लोग यूज नहीं कर सकते। तो एक सेंटेंस में 2 वर्ब यूज नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज इट इज टोल्ड बाय मी कि इंग्लिश जो है सो सब्जेक्ट वर्ब और अदर वर्ड्स पे डिपेंड है, चाहे आप दुनिया का कोई भी सेंटेंस ले लो। तो आई गो वॉक, वॉक तो वर्ब है लेकिन यहाँ वॉक वर्ब के रोल में नहीं आ सकता बिकॉज सब्जेक्ट आफ्टर गो लिखा हुआ है, गो वर्ब का रोल में है। तो वॉक के पहले हमको क्या करना पड़ेगा? टू लगाना पड़ेगा। तो आई गो टू वॉक हमने लिखा। तो टू वॉक इज प्लेइंग द रोल ऑफ इन्फिनेटिव and so I can tell now this sentence is correct. Now this sentence is correct and I can tell it easily. This is subject, this is verb, and here this is playing the role of object, that means infinitive, and infinitive that means noun, and noun can play the role of subject, either subject or object. It's clear? तीसरा आता है इक्विवेलेंट नाउन। इक्विवेलेंट नाउन मतलब नाउन के समान। नाउन के समान। भैया इक्विवेलेंट नाउन कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, जरा समझते हैं। तो इसके लिए आपको एक बात समझना पड़ेगा कि मान लीजिए आपके पापा हैं घर में, तो नाउन ही हुए। आपके पापा बाजार चले गए, अब सिर्फ आप हो घर में। कोई आदमी मिलने के लिए आया और आपसे पूछा कि बुआ आपका पापा कहाँ हैं? तो आपने कहा कि बताइए, हम हैं, जो भी मैसेज देना है हम दे देंगे। तो आप अपने पापा के जगह पे रोल प्ले कर रहे हो ना, सेम रोल प्ले हो रहा है ना। तो इस तरह के कंडीशन को हम लोग इक्विवेलेंट नाउन कहते हैं। एंड इट कैन प्ले द रोल ऑफ सब्जेक्ट एंड ऑब्जेक्ट। सो नाउन कैन प्ले द रोल्स आइदर सब्जेक्ट और ऑब्जेक्ट। सो मार्क माय पॉइंट, सब्जेक्ट इज वेरी वेरी इसेंशियल। नाउन इसलिए हम लोग पढ़ते हैं और नाउन इसलिए ज़रूरी है। नाउन इज अ बिग चैप्टर, वेरी वेरी बिग चैप्टर। और नाउन को ऐसे आदमी या फिर स्टूडेंट जो है सो बड़ा हल्का में लेते हैं. सो मार्क माई पॉइंट, दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी important topic, and according to me you will have to follow the subject part, and subject या तो subject जो है सो noun हो सकता है या तो pronoun हो सकता है, और noun का रोल या तो subject part में होगा या तो object part में होगा. It's clear? Okay, thanks. कहीं सब फोन चल रहा, फोन चल रहा.